2 weeks since the spring session ended at the Illinois Capitol, once again with no budget.
Voters believe there's plenty of blame to go around, but a new survey clearly shows Illinoisans pin much of that responsibility on one man. It's not the governor. Eyewitness News reporter Matt Rodewald tells us a new survey brings that blame game into focus.
The cronies, the patronage workers, the bureaucrats, the government insiders, they're doing well under Speaker Madigan. And Speaker Madigan is leading the pack. He makes millions of dollars from the status quo in Illinois.
1 year later, it's safe to say that the governor's disdain for Speaker Mike Madigan hasn't changed much.
We have the highest unemployment rate in America now because Speaker Madigan's Democrats have controlled the process. We need them to come to the table and get compromises to grow jobs and protect taxpayers.
Rauner has tried to keep his feet in the sand since taking office to clearly show who's to blame for the budget mess here in Illinois. A new survey says it's working, and a lot of people in the land of Lincoln think his Democratic counterpart is the reason Illinois' financial house is out of order.
I don't think it's going to shock anyone. It's when you run the House, when you run the Senate, and no one else can call bills, no one else can control the agenda, it's gonna lie at your feet.
The Capitol Facts poll this week says that 55% of Illinois voters fault Madigan for the state's budget mess. Only 34% place the blame squarely on the first-term governor. Head closer to Chicago and the numbers flip the other way. So, whose fault is it?
To boil it down to just Speaker Madigan and Governor Rauner leaves out the millions of people in the state of Illinois who may need assistance from us. I hear about how they're suffering because of this budget impasse, and they are not bringing up Rauner or Madigan. They just want a solution.
It's a political game, and guess what? It needs to stop.
Many analysts say despite the negative feedback on Madigan's budget strategy, Madigan himself is convinced it's up to him to stop Rauner. Coming up on